Alright, what's up guys? This is Steve here, and this is just going to be like a little review of WWE Monday Night Raw for March 10th, 2014. So here's how things started off. We had Hulk Hogan that started off, and just talking like about this new thing that we have that's going to be called a little thing for Andre the Giant. And now there's going to be a battle royal at WrestleMania 30, a 30-man battle royal like for the past and present wrestlers and all that stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good idea to me. That's pretty much all I say. But after he was doing that, then here comes John frickin' Cena. I'm not a fan of this guy, and just because I'm really not, and that's all I really have to say. Yeah, not a fan. So he just had to do his little talking. Then the Wyatt family comes out. I shouldn't really put it that way. So now it's John Cena against a member of the Wyatts. I don't really pay much attention to him. I don't even know their names. I know Bray Wyatt is the one of them, but you know, the one that wears that stupid mask. Yeah, I don't really give a shit what his name is anyway. Cena obviously won that one, and then does Hulk Hogan's signature posing with him. He's like going like that. I mean, that was boring, just seeing John Cena doing that with him, you know, like when Hulk Hogan did with The Rock as well. Yeah, that was enjoyable, but the way Cena did it, yeah. Now, moving on, we had, of course, an appearance of The Undertaker tonight, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, I usually DVR it so I can, like, remember what happened on there. I don't like doing videos where I can't really remember, like, what happened on there, because yeah, it's really stupid that I do that. So anyway, we just had like a recap of what happened. Then we had Triple H and Stephanie talking. I pretty much did not watch that. Then you had the New Age Outlaws doing commentary with our next match coming up, which is the Usos against Ryback and Curtis Axel. Like Rybaxel, whatever the name of their team is, anything. And everybody knows about the Usos winning the tag titles last week against the New Age Outlaws. I'm happy that the Usos won it, but I was happy to see the New Age Outlaws winning it as well. But a lot of people were kind of not criticizing, but just putting comments calling them the Old Age Outlaws or anything like that, you know, because they've been around a while. But still, they're a good tag team. They're one of my friend's favorite tag teams. They're in my top 10 favorite tag team, but if I would probably say in another video like what my top 10 tag teams are, but the New Age Outlaws are in my top 10. So anyway, this tag team match, you know, Ryback and Curtis Axel talking about, you know, I guess facing them at WrestleMania 30. Well, yeah, I think the Usos will be champions pretty much for a while, because it runs in the family. They're right there with like Rikishi and many others. Rikishi was a tag champion, as you know, with Scotty 2 Hotty. So now our next match we had was Biggie Langston against Jack Swagger. Yeah, last week was just pretty much a lot of repeats. We had like Biggie Langston against Cesaro for like 2 weeks in a row. The first week we did, and then the second week. I just didn't understand why in the world that they were, you know, doing replays. Yeah. Alright, so I didn't really watch a whole lot of it, but I was just waiting for Cesaro to do his face turn. And did he? Well, almost. Swagger and him like gave a handshake to each other, and he wouldn't like let go of his grip. I kind of see maybe the possibility of Swagger versus Cesaro at WrestleMania. Maybe. I think it may be a possibility, as I think Cesaro pretty soon will start a face turn, which definitely is a possibility. And now we just had this, in my opinion, I don't even know why there was a commercial for this, but this has to be, in my opinion, the most stupid idea, because of this being rated PG. I'm just like, why? It was advertised tonight, and it is this. Scooby-Doo. And yeah, rewind that back. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Really? Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery Scooby-Doo Mystery WrestleMania, whatever the hell it is, original movie. What the hell? Really? I would not even pay 5 cents for that. You gotta be kidding me. Because of this being rated PG, this sucks. But finally, now that that was over, now we got to the good part. The Undertaker. Now, as I said, hold on, I didn't really do... Actually, I did do a review of Raw last week when he returned, but for this one tonight, I was happy to see him return again. We finally heard him talk, but not right away, because he got interrupted by the big cuckoo cachoo walrus, Paul Heyman. I say cuckoo cachoo because one of my friends, JVD, called him that when I tagged him like in a picture when he was throwing out the first pitch at Met Stadium, and CM Punk, that is, was throwing the pitch, and Paul Heyman was right next to him, and he said cuckoo cachoo. But another thing that kind of pissed me off was, you know, The Undertaker came in here, and there was a guy holding a sign up that says Undertaker 21-1. In other words, he wants him to lose at WrestleMania. But I think that guy is an idiot, for one, as I don't think The Undertaker will lose, because it seems predictable. The Undertaker has never beaten Brock Lesnar before, and it seems obvious that The Undertaker could win. Yeah. You know, I don't know why that guy had that sign. So now the lights all dimmed to blue, and we're about to hear him talk, but Paul Heyman talking about all the wrestlers and stuff, including like Stone Cold, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. But The Undertaker just saying, like, sending a message to Brock Lesnar. Yeah, it was pretty good. Still sounds the same, like the way he does. And I really like the fact that he has the Lucifer beard back, you know, the thing that he used to do in the Ministry of Darkness. It's actually his tribute to Viscera, a.k.a. Mabel. Yeah. Now our next match, which was a tag match, and this was the two members of the Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, against the Rhodes Brothers, Cody and Goldust. This match, you know, was pretty good. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't really watch the whole thing, but I did watch parts of it, and I think it was a pretty good match. But Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins wound up getting the win still. But there is a possibility, you know, that these two tag teams, that they soon will break up. I don't know about the possibility of Cody Rhodes versus Goldust at WrestleMania. It probably would be a good match. You never know, it may happen. But I still see the possibility of a triple threat match. All the members of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, all against each other for the United States Championship. And I think for sure that Roman Reigns would win because, you know, with what he did in the Royal Rumble, he's just really he definitely will get a title shot one day, and he'll be a future champion. Yeah. Now, moving on to the rest of this, and we had the Divas match. Well, that's a piss break. Yeah. I don't really pay much attention to it. Now we had Daniel Bryan, who came out and was talking. I gotta stop saying come out. Who came to the ring and was talking about Triple H, because he said he wants a match with him at WrestleMania. And Triple H saying to him that he has to apologize, but the answer is no. So he invites all these people into the ring that have like yes shirts on, like what he wears, and they're like surrounding the ring so they don't get into the ring. So they wind up sending out these security guys wherever they back away because they're just going like that. Then they send out Damien Sandow, and I'm like, why? So he backed down, and Stephanie and Triple H try to get in, so he just keeps pushing him and just says, fine, you got your match, be careful what you wish for, you're on. Yeah. But while Triple H was leaving, then he says that he wants more, and he wants a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And if he beats Triple H, it'll be a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I still maybe see the possibility of a fatal four-way match if CM Punk could maybe return one day. I think it sounds like a possibility still. You never know, though. So now we move on to the next match, in which this was the WWE app voting one. Sheamus against Christian in either a Falls Count Anywhere match, a 2 out of 3 falls, or a Memphis Street Fight. Now, it was in Memphis, Tennessee, so it's pretty obvious what everybody voted for. And yes, I voted for the Memphis Street Fight. It was 67% for that, and 19% for Falls Count Anywhere, and 14% for 2 out of 3 falls. Yeah, that was predictable what it was going to be. So, this wound up being a pretty good match as well. Actually, I think this one was good. I like this one more than the Shield tag match. I hate to admit that, but I just thought it was pretty good. You know, they were striking each other like it was the canes, the Singapore cane, and the chairs as well, but not really a whole lot. Not like on the head or anything. But they did take some beatings. You know, Sheamus's back was a little messed up. And then came the ending when Christian had the drums thing, and Sheamus gave him the bro kick, and it went right through the drum set and hit him right in the head, and got the 3 count. I think that this was a really good match. I have to admit that. Yeah. It was pretty good. Along with the Shield tag match against the Rose Brothers, that was good too. And there you go. Now we just... Well, the Wyatt family just do another promo again, but now we just move on to our main event, and that is the Big Show and Daniel Bryan against Randy Orton and Batista. Yeah, Randy Orton's potential opponent. I say potential unless it becomes a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. So this match wound up being pretty good as well. You know, Daniel Bryan got the win against by pinning Randy Orton. Yeah, it just excuse me, it just wound up being a pretty good match. You know, not as good as the Sheamus and Christian match, but you know, it was not bad. It was definitely better than last week's episode. I did not do a review because I didn't really want to, as I was just pretty pissed at the ending. You know. Yeah, so there you go. But that is all I just want to say. So that is my review for WWE Raw for March 10th. So that'll do it. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys with more videos. Please subscribe.